What's going on, guys? We are live with Spirit of Speed 1937. All thanks to DC Dingo. I have not played this game in 3 years. I did a first look video on this 3 years ago, in September of 2017, and I have not touched the game since. My first impressions were not very good. Let's put it that way. But you never know. Maybe, just maybe, I just need to put more time into it. Maybe, after this hour-and-a-half live stream, this will become my new favorite Dreamcast game, surpassing Shenmue. You never know, stranger things have happened. Anyway, we're gonna play it. We're gonna play this. I will say one thing, I do like the menu, and the music. The music is catchy. Big band music in the background. And this menu is actually pretty nice. It's got the nice rotating cars, little 3D map models, 3D floating Dreamcast controller, 3D floating VMUs. It's got everything, really. What more could you ask for? Hello to everyone in the chat. Dingo, of course, Stadium Arts, Scrivani, Ragfish. High quality gaming indeed. And Hunter, of course. Hunter checking his points. I don't know if the CloudBot's working. You did check your points before I turned the CloudBot on, so you can try again if you want. Funny thing is, if this game had online support, we'd play it all the time. Probably. I'd play this online. It'd be funny. Anyway. Let's do this. So we got, what do we got? Mercedes-Benz 154, we got a Miller, a Napier Railton, Watson Flyer, Alfa Romeo P3, Alfa Romeo Bimitor, Alfa Romeo 12C, a lot of Alfa Romeos, Auto Union C, Auto Union D, Bonner Special, Bugatti 35B, Bugatti 59, Duesenberg, Era Remus, and back to the beginning. Any requests? Any of you have a favorite vehicle out of these? Alfa Romeo and Bugatti are the only two brands I've heard of. The P3 looks pretty good. Does have stats below too. How much of the 1 hour and 30 minutes is going to be taken up by load screens? Not that much, actually. We're playing off of a hard drive, so the load times are a bit better. I actually had a couple choices, because there are a couple different Dreamshell loaders that I can use for this. The newest one has much faster load times, but it doesn't have the menu music. And I wanted the menu music, I like it. But, yeah, so I'm using the older loader. Which the music does work on. But the load times are still a lot faster than from the disc, so we shouldn't be sitting at load screens for too long. Anyway, we're gonna go with the Alfa Romeo P3. It's a bit slower, but maybe that's a good thing. The Bimitor goes 205, and this only goes 140. Probably prefer to go a little bit slower. More control, you know? I think what we're gonna do... We're gonna do the championship. We'll leave it at easy. Probably for the best. So that's our competition there. We're going up against the Watson. A couple era Remises. For some reason, two of the same. Oh! Wait, are those... I don't know. There are two duplicates. I don't know why they're showing two duplicates. Whatever. I'm racing against twins, apparently. So yeah, the longest load time is actually loading the menu. Loading the actual races isn't quite as bad. But as you can see, it's not too bad. There we go. See? We're in. Alright, I don't like this view. Can I change my view? Oh, the engine sounds. I remember this. They're terrible. Okay, there we go. That's a better view. You know what I noticed is kind of weird. The game is called Spirit of Speed 1937, but if you'll notice, it didn't actually say 1937 on the menu. It didn't say it during any of the loading cutscenes either. So, I don't know if this game is actually Spirit of Speed or Spirit of Speed 1937. Apparently they couldn't make up their mind. Oh man, that screeching sound. Yeah, so apparently I am racing against twins. I have no idea. I mean, the game has plenty... Holy crap. The game has plenty of cars to choose from. Why did it have two duplicates for me to race against? Can you back up in this? Yeah. There we go. So at least that's something this game has that's better than Roadsters. Oops, I had it in neutral. The car is supposed to be automatic. Yeah, it is. It's doing automatic stuff. Okay, good. Yeah, so at least you can reverse in this game, unlike Roadsters. So that's 1 point for Spirit of Speed. Ooh, we're heading into town. Actually, don't know where this is. Did it actually say when it was loading? Holy crap. I feel like I'm playing pinball. Oh, man. My Monaco skills versus your Spirit of Speed skills. They'll be comparable, I think. Be a tough choice. Does skill really come into play with Spirit of Speed anyway? What happened to that guy? He just kind of shot off to the right. Yeah, I think Spirit of Speed requires more luck than skill. If I'm being honest, I mean, it's kind of a roll of the dice when it comes to the physics. You could spin out at any moment. Hey, we're spinning around again. Fun stuff. Actually, can't believe I stopped at a crucial storyline point and found a Final Fantasy VII Remake to watch you play Spirit of Speed. Consider me your biggest fan. You are my biggest fan, Dingo. And who wouldn't want to miss this? This was the live stream that everyone has been anticipating ever since you requested this game. Now that I'm actually playing this again, I have to say I'm actually enjoying this more than Roadsters. At least you can reverse and there are no invisible walls. At least not so far anyway. You don't want it anymore? No takesies backsies. You already requested it, Dingo. You're getting it. You are going to be here for the hour and a half. So, where am I anyway? I'm 4th out of 5, I guess. I have no idea where that other guy ended up. Last I saw him, he was zooming across the road into oblivion, I guess. Thomas has been debating getting this for his Dreamcast library. Yeah, I don't know if I'd recommend it. Unless you're going for a full US collection or a full PAL collection. Did this come out in Japan? I don't think it did. They were lucky. When's the Poppin' Music 9-button mode stream? What do you mean use the Poppin' Music controller with this game? That'd be fun. Yeah, so at least I'm not going to come in last. So that's a thing. I'm only on lap 2 out of 10. Holy crap. The whole hour-and-a-half live stream is going to be this one race. I had no idea this was so long. I think I spin out at that exact same spot every time. Get back up to speed. I think this game is similar to Monaco in that you really need to brake around corners. But don't brake too much, because then you'll start doing barrel rolls. Not really barrel rolls, more like top spins, I guess. This is a very productive use of my lockdown time. Without a doubt. I am playing this so you don't have to. I think I'm getting better at the game, though. I think I spun out, what, 3 times within the first minute or so of the race. And I've only spun out once this lap so far. Yes, this was the last game published by the infamous LJN. It was not developed by them, though. It was developed by a company named Broadsword Software. And I believe LJN was owned by another company at this point. They were bought out. They were kind of a sub-publisher of... Is that a thing, a sub-publisher? Of a bigger company. Going for a full Dreamcast library, I hate the thought of getting this game eventually. Probably best to get it now. It's just gonna go up in price, so the less you pay for this game, the better off you'll be. Luckily, I got mine a few years ago, so... Same thing. Same spot every time. Okay. I keep pressing the left trigger to reverse, but you actually have to change gears with the A button. So it takes a little bit longer. I'm sure people will be willing to give it away. Unfortunately, that's not the way it works. There are plenty of bad games that are quite expensive. This is gonna take forever. We've been at this race for 10 minutes. and we're only on lap 3. So that means it's going to take over a half an hour to finish this race. There's no way. I am not spending over a half an hour on this one race. This is it. 4th lap. I'm calling it. We're going to play some other races. Some other tracks. I would like at least some variety in the stream. About 30%. Yeah, that's where we're stopping at. 40% done with the race. I promised to play this game for an hour and a half, Dingo. I didn't promise to play the same race for an hour and a half. Hey, we get to hear the good music again. Alright. So the thing is... Oh wait, this is still the championship menu. Because it's not asking me for a mode. There we go. Alright, so I want to change... Okay, so I actually have to change the quick race. What is scenario? It's a single race, quick race, and scenario. Quick race, I assume, will just give you a random track. Yeah. I don't know what scenario is. Oh, okay. They give you a storyline. Don't see that too often in racing games. I will give it this. I do like the premise of the game. There aren't too many racing games that are based in the 30s. Or the 20s, 30s, 40s, anything like that. Most racing games are fairly modern. So in that respect, I do like that. So we have Clash of the Titans, the 5 most powerful machines battling for supremacy at Avis. The Alfa Romeo Bimitor to finish in the top 3. Use the Alfa Romeo Bimitor to finish in the top 3. At least you can start from pole. Then we got Vive la France. The French countryside provides a beautiful backdrop for this European challenge using the Auto Union D. Let's do that. I actually don't know what track I just played, so hopefully it's not the same one. I don't think it is. Alright, let's do it. Hopefully this doesn't take quite as long. Alright. If you don't get first place, does that mean you have to play the entire race over again? I don't know. I mean, most championship modes in racing games require you to get, I think, at least 3rd place. So I'm guessing this will probably be the same. They usually give you a certain amount of points per race depending on your placement. That's how most games work anyway. I don't know about this one. I would hope you wouldn't have to win. Oh yeah. So this is 5 laps, so at least it's not quite as long. We might try and finish this one. Why don't I see any other cars? I'm apparently first place. I didn't see any other cars though. It'd be pretty easy if there are no other cars. Oh jeez. Oh jeez, tight corridors. Jeez. Okay then. Hey, there's another car. There are other racers. I need a much wider track for this game. I'm just gonna try and go a bit slow here. Speaking of speed though, I mentioned yesterday while watching Dingo's live stream of Monaco Online that this game actually supposedly has a cheat code that will make you go 300 miles per hour the entire race. I need to try that at some point, maybe towards the end of the live stream. There is no way I would be able to stay on the track at 300 miles an hour. But it should be pretty hilarious to watch. So I think the fastest vehicle was the Alfa Romeo Vimator, which went 205. So this is almost 100 miles per hour faster. Like a brutal F-Zero map, yeah. I am not good at futuristic racers. I've not played F-Zero, but I've played Wipeout, and I've played Magforce Racing on the Dreamcast. I gotta stream that at some point. Magforce Racing. Actually a fun game, but I'm terrible at those games. They're way too fast. I just can't do it. But Magforce Racing is fun, though. Definitely gonna have to stream that at some point. Oh, jeez. Reverse, please. Reverse. Why won't it go to reverse? It's skipping all over the place. I can't go to reverse. Do I have to just slam into this wall until I can get out? I don't know what's wrong. I don't know if there's a bug or what, but I can't go to reverse, which means I am stuck. Alright. We are gonna try that again. So that's the first bug we've run into. So at least there aren't tons of bugs in the game. Like Roadsters, with its invisible walls. Gotta wait through this load screen again. Alright, here we go. I got it this time. Slow and steady wins the race. Ironically, I can probably win going slow and steady. The CPU players in this don't seem all that great. Nope, I have not played any F-Zero game, regardless of the platform. I have played Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, yes. That's a fun game. Where's the button to change the view? There we go. Apparently the N64 version of Roadsters was decent. I don't know. I've not played it. But if it has any of the same issues as the Dreamcast version, then I don't think I'd want to play that one anymore. Alright, I'm fine. I'm fine. Yep, no problem. I just blocked this guy. I hear him coming behind me. Just stay in the middle of the road so he can't pass me. Is there a worse Dreamcast game than this? I'd say Roadsters, actually. Believe it or not, I'm actually enjoying this more than Roadsters. Even though in my first look video on Roadsters I said that I was enjoying it more than Spirit of Speed. But I had not played this game in a few years, so... I've not played Exhibition of Speed. That was exclusive to Europe, I believe. I want to grab all the PAL exclusive games at some point. So chances are I'll be doing a first look video on that at some point. I have a feeling the programmer in this game wanted to make a pinball game. Not be surprised. Maybe they didn't have a game engine. They didn't want to put the work into a game engine, so they just took one from a pinball game and called it a day. Wasn't this one of the last Dreamcast games to be released? No. This was a fairly early title. It had the white cover, which means it's part of the earlier batch of Dreamcast games. I don't remember exactly when this game was released. I do own a Saturn. Don't play it nearly as much as the Dreamcast, though. Oh no, not again. Am I doing something wrong? All I did was press the A button on the previous races. Oh, the X button. Oh, I was pressing the wrong button. I could have sworn it was A. Okay, so X goes down. Okay. That's what I did wrong. Okay, so it wasn't a bug. I apologize. It wasn't the game's fault, it was mine. So the game is still bug-free. Ooh. Ooh, we're on an anti-gravity portion of the road. Exhibition of Speed looks far more fun than this. I don't know. I've heard some pretty bad things about Exhibition of Speed. I don't know which one's worse, but... frame rate seems to chug along a bit when there are a lot of obstacles on the screen. Holy crap. That was about a 1 frame per second crash. This game feels so weird to watch without music. It doesn't have any music. That was one of the complaints in GameSpot's review of this game. There's no music during the races. Maybe they wanted to be realistic. Cars of this era didn't have radios in them. Of course, these types of race cars generally don't have radios. But either way. This game is so relaxing and peaceful. It is kind of relaxing. Up until the point where you wipe out. So I am currently 4th place. But hey, we're making progress. Wonder which game runs at a lower frame rate, this or the Dreamcast Port of Unreal Tournament. Unreal actually runs pretty well depending on the map. And you can actually put in a command to turn off the... I forget what they're called. Basically the bullet marks on the walls. Which, believe it or not, will slow the game down quite a bit. If you turn that off, you'll gain another... probably average of 5 frames per second. So that helps quite a bit. But most maps are perfectly playable. I actually modified the image, the GDI, on my Dreamcast hard drive to automatically turn off the bullet marks on the walls in Unreal Tournament. So I don't have to put in the command, which is nice. It's not like it adds a whole lot to the game anyway. So we are still on lap 2. We're 7 minutes in. This track actually seems longer than the last one. So you definitely need patience to play this game, that's for sure. And I thought Monaco had long races. Monaco's races are short compared to this. Yeah, as soon as you get to this point, frame rate is just abysmal. Right before the turn, too. Hey, that was a nice recovery. See? It's all luck. The graphics in the game definitely aren't the best, but at least the tracks are scenic. I'll give it that. The French countryside is nice. And I've seen worse graphics. I don't... The GameSpot review said the graphics were among the worst they've ever seen, but I don't think they're that bad. Alright. I've seen games with worse graphics on the Dreamcast. Test Drive 6 comes to mind. That and Roadsters. I'd say Roadsters graphics are probably worse. Both Test Drive 6 and Roadsters look like upgraded PS1 games, so... What is up with the sound effect when I went on the grass? It did not sound like driving on grass. It sounded more like fighter jets? I don't know. I'm gonna finish this race just because I want to see what happens at the end. But the races I play after this, I'll probably quit about halfway. They just take too long. Yeah, there we go. Nice spin out. There we go. Getting back on track. There we go. Yep. Ease on back the road. Just gotta brake a lot around the corners, at least for the sharp turns. Ooh, I might actually pass someone. Yeah. Fire missiles. He just went right through me. Wait, is that a ghost? Is that me? No. No, because I just went up in placement. I went right through him. I didn't go through him that time. He's trying to run me off the road. Rude. I've come to a complete halt. Why have I stopped? Can your car be damaged to the point where it can't drive anymore in this game? I think that's what just happened. The guy totaled my car. Oh, he's gonna pay for that. It's an expensive ride. Yep, my car's dead. It is dead. Well, I was gonna finish the race. Ain't happening now. Man, racers are violent in this game. Yeah, cars back then were built to last. Until someone repeatedly rear ends you. Can't stand up to that. Destruction Derby. That's a fun game. I have that on Saturn. Alright, we're gonna change to a different scenario here. Oh, we got storming around the oval. Try and beat a wide variety of European and American cars at the Brooklands. You start at the back of the grid, so get away cleanly. Well, if it's just an oval track, that sounds like it would be quick, right? Watch, it'll be 30 laps. Can I pick a car on this one, or... Guess I'm stuck with this one. Alright. That's fine. Ah, we're going to Great Britain. Good old Britannia. The spirit of speed left your car. Yep, it's gone. Yeah, I like the menu music. It's the best part of this game. I kind of wish that menu music was in the game. Which they probably had music in the game at some point, but it was bringing down the performance. With the music on, it was probably bringing down the frame rate to 5 frames per second. I don't see any sort of damage meter or anything, so I guess the indicator that your car is dead is just the fact that it won't drive anymore. But you have no way of knowing if your car is getting close to dying unless it starts smoking. I didn't really notice. You ran out of gas. I hope not. There are no gas stations, so that would be a problem. This is on a real console. A real Dreamcast. Emulator's a bad word around here. Oh, I just noticed. It is 20 laps. I knew they were gonna do that. I was gonna say, oh, this is a short track. This should be quick. 20 laps. Oh, man. Can I go this way? What happens if I go this way? Is this a dead end? Where am I going? I don't know where I'm going. That probably wasn't the right way to go. Hey, oh, this guy again. It's the guy that killed my car. Murderer. I should get my revenge. I need some spiked tires. I actually like Test Drive 6. Yeah, it's got some poor frame rate at times. The graphics are terrible. But I kind of like it because it's hilarious. This game's kind of hilarious too, actually. But it doesn't have any cops in it. It needs cops. I can't believe I'm still first place. After I took that wrong turn, I'm still first. I've heard a couple people say they like roadsters. I can't say the same. It wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for the invisible walls. At least on that one track. I forget which one that was. I think it was Area 51. There are invisible walls, invisible barriers everywhere. It's terrible. Yeah, and no reverse. That was the other thing. What kind of racing game does not have an option to reverse? Even this has reverse in it. Yes, indeed. The very last LJN game. So sad. Alright, as soon as I go across the finish line, we're gonna move on to something else. Sadly, not a completely different game. But a different race. Nope, Roadsters does not have reverse. At least not that I could find, anyway. Unless it's some really complicated combination of buttons. But I pressed every button. None of them had me go the other way. Alright, it's lap 6 out of 20. I'm done. I'll finish one of these races. But not that one. See, the thing with this game is, it's really not bad. At least not in the sense that it's glitchy and, well, I mean, other than the physics, I suppose. The physics are pretty bad. But yeah, the fun factor, I guess, is not really there. Oh, I didn't want to go in. I pressed start. It's going back in. Shoot. Yeah, it's just kind of, yeah, it's dull and boring. There's, not a whole lot of action going on. Alright, getting out. I can see it being kind of a relaxing game, though, as others have mentioned. Because it's a fairly slow-paced racer. At least it doesn't feel very fast, anyway. And it's got some nice views, you know? French countryside. All that good stuff. Apparently the load times are very long, too. And I'm playing from the hard drive. And it's taken a while. But like I said, the load time going to the menu is the longest load time. Loading the races is not as bad. Alright, we're gonna change scenarios. Burn it up. You're in the Miller. You can finish in the... Can you finish in the top 4 at Montlarry? Montlarry? Montlarry. Mount Larry. You can start in pole position. Alright. Ooh, we got the Miller. Cool. Alright. Let's do it. Wait, is this the... This kind of looks like the French countryside again. I don't know if it is or not. So, we got 5 laps on this one. Yeah, this is the French countryside again. I didn't want to play this one again. Fine. I'll play it for 1 lap. I'll play a different track, though. This idiot again. Stop clipping into my car. Slow right down. There we go. I avoided a spin out by slowing down to 1 mile an hour. This is compatible with the steering wheel. I would imagine. I don't think there are any games that are incompatible with the steering wheel, because it basically just emulates the analog stick. At least I believe that's what it does. I should go into first-person view, just for the heck of it. Look at that detailed interior. It's so immersive now. Is it compatible with the maracas? I don't own the maracas, unfortunately, or I would try it. Hello, Julian. No, this is not PSO, Freddy. The Avis track, it mentioned that. I don't think I did. I don't think there are any VMU minigames, unfortunately. The VMU actually just shows the Spirit of Speed logo, as is usual with most Dreamcast games. That's the logo display. It's unfortunate that they didn't utilize the VMU more. Virtua Tennis, you can actually play tennis entirely on the VMU. You don't even have to look at the screen. It shows your little stick character on the VMU, and a little square block for your tennis ball. Not really entirely useful, but cool anyway. You know, in case your TV decides to blow up in the middle of a tennis match, you can continue playing on your VMU. So it could be useful in that scenario. Hey! Somebody passed me. Alright, we're done with this race. I want to try a different track. I will say that the track design is quite nice. At least the ones I've played so far. Again, they're scenic. Not the best graphics in the world, but, you know, it's scenic. Scenic is nice. I was doing well. Well, I don't know if I'd consider 4th place well, but it's better than last, I suppose. Alright. Let me just do a single race, that way I can actually pick the track. I wonder if I can actually pick how many laps to do. Change to a different car here. Let's do the Bonner Special. Okay, so I'm not sure which. I don't think I played Montana. Pretty sure I haven't. Payu? I don't even know how to pronounce that. Piao. Q. It's apparently in France. Doesn't sound French though. Roosevelt. I don't think I played that. Tripoli. Avis. Oh, that's the one that Tarnish mentioned. Should I play that one? Sure, let's do it. Doesn't look like the most scenic track, but we'll give it a shot. Yeah, I've heard this game is based off of actual real-life races and tracks, which is cool. I mean, they really had a good idea with this game. It just wasn't well executed. I'm sure there was a reason for it. Could have been a short development cycle, I don't know. A lot of times games end up bad because they just didn't have the time they needed to polish it up. Publisher wanted them to get it out really quick. You never know. Man, the frame rate was terrible at the beginning of this race. It's pretty bad now, too. Another nice looking track, though. At least this is pretty much a straightaway for the most part. The less turns I have to take, the better, I think. Just braking around the turn. Oh, jeez. Should have braked earlier. Oh, wow, you slow down to a crawl hitting that stuff. Hey, see you later, Ragfish. Enjoy your dinner. Tried playing this on an emulator, but haven't had any luck loading the game. Crashes on the emulator. I don't know anything about emulators. Don't use them. But maybe that's a good thing. There is a PC version of this, though. If you want to play it on PC, that's probably your best bet. So this is only 4 laps. So maybe I can actually finish this one. I think we're almost done with the first lap. I'll know when the frame rate drops to 2 frames per second. Anti-grav section. Paid 40 pounds for this back in the day. Oh. I feel sorry for you. I passed him without crashing. I am so good at this game now. I'm like some sort of pro. Man, the frame rate on this track is abysmal. Got too much going on, apparently. A lot of buildings, trees. Can't handle it. Ha, take that. I'm getting violent now. I'll do anything to win. Anything. Did Dingo troll you by making you play this? Hey, Dingo requested it. He's a veteran Dreamcast Club member. How could I say no? Not many racing games on Dreamcast. There are a lot of racing games on Dreamcast. Let's see, Vanishing Point, Speed Devils, Spirit of Speed, Roadsters, Exhibition of Speed, Pod Speed Zone, Speed Devils Online, Monaco Grand Prix. There's a couple different Monaco Grand Prix that are unrelated. Metropolis Street Racer, Hydro Thunder, 4-Wheel Thunder, 4x4 Evolution. Speed Devils was the only good one. That is my favorite racing game on the Dreamcast, but there are a lot of good racing games on the Dreamcast. You apparently have not tried them all. A lot of bad ones, but a lot of good ones too. Yeah, Toy Racer is fun as well. I guess you might be able to consider Toy Commander a racing game as well. There's racing sections in it. So does Planet Ring, although Planet Ring's racing is a bit odd. Very different. I'd say my favorite racing games, definitely Speed Devils. Vanishing Point is really, really good as well. 4-Wheel Thunder, sure. I actually prefer 4-Wheel Thunder over Hydro Thunder. Even though it gets really, really difficult in the later levels. But it's a really fun game. Yeah, Test Drive V Rally. That's not a good one. And I'm not usually into rally games either, but I really like V Rally. It has a lot of good tracks in it, and it even has a track creator as well. Oh, I almost forgot about Revolt. Revolt's good. So many good racers on the Dreamcast. Revolt's a lot of fun. I wish Revolt had an online mode like the PC version did. Or at the very least a way to upload and download custom tracks, because it does have a track creator, but no way to share them, at least not within the game itself anyway. I'm sure you could upload a VMU save, but that's a bit of a pain. Stunt GP's good. PAL exclusive. I don't like it quite as much as Revolt, but it's good. Really nice graphics too. Lap 3 out of 4. We might actually finish a race, folks. Second place, too. I mean, I'll take it. Second place is a lot better than I thought I'd get. Crazy Taxi. Well, I don't know if I consider Crazy Taxi a racing game. You're not really racing anything. Racing assumes that you're trying to beat something else. You're trying to beat the time in Crazy Taxi, that's about it. They should actually make a Crazy Taxi racing game, though. Make it a spin-off. Oh, the frames. Holy frame rate, Batman. Hey, new subscriber. I cannot read that, but thank you. Thank you. I believe that's Russian. So, thank you, Mr. Russian person. Such realism, the engine noise is remarkably accurate. Very immersive. I don't know how accurate it is. I mean, I've never actually heard a car from this era, so... but actually, according to the GameSpot review, it is not very accurate. One of the engine sounds are apparently one of the biggest negatives they had about the game. But hey, I don't know. I don't know myself. If you want to go by GameSpot, they're not very accurate, but... I mean, I guess they sound okay. It depends on the vehicle, too, I think. Because the first race I played, the engine sounds were horrible. Very screechy. I mean, maybe that's how they sound, but... Let's see why LJN went out of business. Poor frame rate. Most of the tracks are not this bad. This is the worst one for sure. The other tracks were mostly okay, with some small sections that had lower frame rates. But yeah, this one's pretty bad. Not enough cars on track for how big the track is. Well, I don't know if I'd want more cars, to be honest. That would really tank the frame rate. Can't imagine this game with, 20 cars on the track at once. It'd be like watching a slideshow. I'm sure in real life these particular races had a lot more racers. 6 does seem like a fairly low number. We are on the final lap. We are going to finish this. Oh yeah, we're getting close to the finish line. I can tell by the frame rate. Why is there a flag up on the screen? Did I finish? Or does that mean I'm close? Becomes harder to control the car when it's going at 5 frames per second. Oops. What happens when I look at the chat? Did I do it? Did I win? Yes! I didn't win. I got second place, but I'll consider it a win. It's the best I've done, although it's the first race I've actually finished, so I can't really compare. But I'll take it. Flag means the first place driver is finished. Oh, okay. Loading. Race over. Number 2. Oh, don't... I pressed start again. I thought start was going to bring me back to the menu, but it's start to race again. Curse you, game. Doesn't do anything like other games, like other normal games. No, I don't want to race again. Back to menu. GD-ROM drive sounds nicer than the cars. I don't have a GD-ROM drive sound at the moment. Just the gentle breeze of the Dreamcast fan. LJN games were special. That's a word for them. Alright, single race. Where should we go? I want to go to that Roosevelt one. That looks like a really long track. Lap record is 1 minute 36 seconds. I can beat that. No problem. Or is that 1 hour and 36 minutes? Judging by the track length, that might actually be the case. Actually, what car did I pick? Yeah, no, I want to choose a different one. Let's go with the Bugatti 35B. I'd say Roadsters is worse, if I had to pick. Because at least this game, aside from the physics, doesn't have any bugs, like invisible barriers. I know I keep bringing that up, but that's the one thing that stood out for me with Roadsters. I should not hit things that are not there. It's a sign of a bad racing game. I said at the beginning of the live stream that maybe I just needed to put more time into this, and maybe it would become my favorite Dreamcast game. Well, I don't think that's gonna happen, but at the very least I can say it's not as bad as I thought it was. After playing the first look video, or playing the game for the first look video that I made, I said it was really bad, terrible, don't buy it. It's still not great, but I'd say it's not terrible. It's at least playable. I said that about Roadsters as well. It's playable. And I like the scenic views. Track design is nice. physics and frame rate aren't so nice. But it can be kind of relaxing. So there's that. Yeah, I'd say the handling is better in this than Roadsters as well. Roadsters kind of feels like you're controlling a toy car. At least this one feels a little bit more realistic. Not really saying much, but it's a little bit better. Oh, I hit a wall and didn't spin out. Amazing. I don't know what happened there. Some invisible force was forcing me off the road, but I managed to resist. Hey, William. That screeching sound can be a bit grating. Not that it's a great sound in real life, but... I think the AI in this game is kind of a non-issue. For the most part, anyway. You hardly ever see them. But that one guy that rammed me, totaled my car, he was annoying. It's always a bad one in the bunch. I'm getting used to these turns now. Hey, I'm in first place. I didn't even notice that. They really needed to put drop shadow or something on that text up above. You can barely see it when it's up against the sky. Is that a circus? Bunch of tents. Spectator tents, I guess. Wonder when they'll port this to new systems and remake it. I wouldn't expect that anytime soon. Although a game of this style would be cool. One that was actually done a little bit better. As I said earlier, I do like the premise of the game. Oh, jeez. Is this a Dreamcast exclusive? It came out on PC as well. As far as consoles are concerned, yes, it is a Dreamcast exclusive. Yes, historic racing games. I mean, this is the only one that I can mention off the top of my head. I'm sure others may exist, but I don't think any of them have really gotten that much recognition. It is a cool concept. I'm sure there have been antique cars in other racing games as maybe DLC or unlockable bonus cars, but not a full game that's based around these types of cars in this era of racing. Grand Prix Legends is a famous one. I have not heard of it. Like I said, I'm sure some exist, but they're few and far between. I've actually finished this race, too. Amazing. Grand Prix Legends is 60s? Okay. So it's not quite, or not going quite as far back as this one. A few decades ahead. We got 10 minutes left. I can do it. I might actually win this. Final lap, first place. No one will pass me at the last moment. There's actually no map in this game, which is unusual for a racing game. So I have no idea where the other racers are. They could be right behind me. Could be way behind me. I'll never know. No bikinis. 1937. I think somewhere along the line during this live stream, I became good at this game. Not sure exactly when it happened, but something clicked. I am now the world's #1 Spirit of Speed 1937 player. If they ever add this to the esports lineup, I'll be there. First place! Yes! I have accomplished something, Dingo. I've accomplished something that no one has ever accomplished before. I've conquered Spirit of Speed. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sure they give me a medal. Race over. That's all I get. Race over. At least it spins around. That's cool. No trophy, though. Nothing. Game over, yeah! I don't even get that. Alright. We're gonna do one more. Single race. Change to... Have I done the Duesenberg yet? I don't think I did. Well, regardless, I'm gonna do the Duesenberg. Oh, I need to try that cheat code too. See if it actually works. Apparently you press A, B, Y, and X. I'm not sure if you have to press them in a certain order or if you press them all at once. Apparently you go 300 miles an hour if you put in that cheat code. So we haven't done Tripoli, I don't think. So we'll do that. Let me just look up that cheat code real quick. Just in case I have to press the buttons in a certain order. Cheat codes. Spirit of Speed. If you type AXYB, well, I'm not going to type it. I mean, I could type it. I do have a keyboard plugged in. But I assume it means press them on the controller. AXYB. While you're driving, or when driving. And you'll go 300 miles per hour through the whole race. Okay. Sounds cool. AXYB. Watch, it will punish you like Expendables did using cheat codes. Yeah, the game will just end. The disc will explode. I'll never be able to play Spirit of Speed again. AXYB. Alright, so I'll try pressing them all at once. If that doesn't work, I'll try pressing them in order. Okay, I pressed them all at once. See if that worked. I won't know until I get up to speed, I guess. Unless I'm supposed to go 300 the entire time. Oh jeez. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try pressing them in order, because it said I would go 300 the entire race. Which I assume means I don't have to accelerate. But I don't know. Let's see, what was it? AXYB. Okay, I did that. No, I don't want that view. There we go. Whoa! This vehicle seems hard to control. So if I have to build my way up to 300 miles per hour, I might not be able to do it. Oh, jeez. But I have no idea if that cheat code is even legit. Someone could have just put it on those sites as a joke. They finally got a sucker to try it. There's AXYB while driving. Well, yeah, it does. It'd be a bit difficult though. AXYB. AXYB. That didn't work. I'm not going 300 yet. Oh, did you see that turn? In that one? Oh man. This is not working out. Oh, jeez. As soon as I get out of here, I'll try it again by pressing all the buttons at once. Okay, let's try it here. Kind of hard to do. It changes my view because I'm pressing the B button, but it doesn't seem to be working. I am disappointed. Yeah, I'm topping out at 146. Well, now I'm sad. I was really hoping to go 300 miles per hour. Take all these suckers out. More than likely, I would just crash through the barrier and go out of bounds. But oh well. I actually played this track before, didn't I? Pretty sure this is the... what is it, the first one? At least it looks like the first one. This section, anyway. Only 3 laps on this one? It's the fewest number of laps I've seen in a race so far. You have stuck around, Dingo. I'm proud of you. But alas, I can't do anything about the invalid cheat codes. Those pranksters, those jokesters put online. I had a feeling it wasn't legit. Because what kind of a cheat code is just A, B, X, and Y? Usually it's something like hold the L trigger at A, B, Y, X, B, B, A, Y, or something like that. It's a very simple cheat code. I was suspicious. This is going to be the shortest race I've done so far. The track doesn't seem too long, and it's only 3 laps. I've lost quite a few viewers. Apparently I can only keep people's attention so long with Spirit of Speed. Look at that. Would you just look at it? Look at those masterful turns. Am I not a pro? Yeah, maybe I haven't played this track before. It's just that one water section that looks similar to a track I've played, or the first track I played. They used the same boat model, the sailboat. There's the boat. Actually doesn't have a sail on it. Which is kind of strange. Sailboat with no sail. I'm still last place, even though I'm doing a lot better than I did on that first lap. Entering cheat codes while I'm racing does not help. Oh, geez. Okay, alright, I'm good. I'm good. Lost control for a little bit there. I'm okay. Yeah, this is a nice track. And there are a lot of bad things you can say about this game. But, I mean, legitimately, the track design is actually really good. Some of the coolest looking tracks I've seen. So at least I did something right. It's a good concept, great track design. And some catchy menu music. No sign of the other racers. I am dead last. So if that flag is the first place racer, that means... Let's see, that came up around 150, so we'll see how far behind I am. It's 15 seconds behind. 20 seconds behind. That's not gonna help. 30 seconds behind. Well, I was doing well. That's 50 seconds behind. Okay, so the flag must come up every time someone goes across the finish line. Because it disappeared and then it came back. At least I think it disappeared. So I just wasn't paying attention. Man, I was way behind. Yeah, I was over a minute behind. Not really the greatest showing on that race. Well, that's gonna be it, guys. That is gonna be it. Well, this has not become my favorite Dreamcast game. Not by a long shot. But I'll say my opinion of Spirit of Speed has improved since the beginning of the stream. It's not as bad as I had thought it was. It's playable, kind of relaxing actually. But not the worst game I've ever played. There are worse games on the Dreamcast. I'd say Roadsters is probably one of those. Lost a lot of time during trying to use the fake cheat code, yeah. I'm sure I would have won. Wasn't for that blasted cheat code. Anyway, guys, thanks to Dingo for this wonderful request. Looking forward to what you come up with for future streams, Dingo. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out, thanks for sticking with me for an hour and a half of Spirit of Speed. I'll be back on Friday for some Worms World Party, a game with significantly more explosions than this one. So I hope to see you then. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.